Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
All right.
Okay.
So, any parts you'd like to get to know better? Change your relationship with? Yes.
Yes. So I think, I'll try to speak slowly because sometimes when I speak fast, it's just my head that's kind of doing its thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think the buzzword of today is space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about creating more space, inner space.
Mm-hmm.
It has been part of me probably as long as I have been conscious. I haven't used the word space forever, but I think it has been with me for a really long time. And in some ways, it's connected to the exiles who have been working on lately.
Yes.
Both, shame.
Mm-hmm.
That, you want more space. You don't feel shame all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Guilt, want space. You don't feel guilt all the time. Or space to be me. That's what it's all about, right? Space to be me, right? Instead of being hit with shame or hit with guilt. I don't know if it's only connected to other parts or if it's its own part. I don't know that yet. Okay. It could be both, right? It could be both. It doesn't have to be either or. Gosh, I lost it. Suddenly my thoughts disappeared. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, will they come back with or something? Is there a message there?
Great question.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So I don't know if there was another message.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it will tell me if there was.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. It's hard to get focused again. It's
okay.
Really interesting.
Okay.
You going to ask me a question?
Oh, I was just going to kind of reflect back to things I've heard, but it sounds like you're in interesting place I don't want to take you out of.
Well, it's because what I was going to say, and then I felt like I saw something in front of me. Some part of it was just cloud. I couldn't see anything, and the other part was kind of my mind working. So kind of, it's my mind wants to work, and there is kind of a cloud that doesn't want my mind to work.
Right.
And it's almost like a black and white cookie, but it's really hot. So this black and white cookie is out in the sun, so the colors are melting over to each other.
Okay, so the part that wants the mind to work and the part that wants it to relax.
Exactly. Or I don't really want it to relax, but it could be that it wanted to relax. It could be that a part of me got hold of something that created some alarm inside me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know yet. So
okay.
it could be anything at this point.
Mm-hmm. But the cloud.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, the cloud one. That one is less clear to you than the working mind one?
Well, the working mind is trying to say something. It's trying to say, it's trying to say that there is something in me that really wants more space. But then there is the fear that I will be punished. Something bad is going to happen if I ask for or try to claim that space.
Right. Okay.
But then there's also the sadness that nobody is giving me that space. I have to claim it, and I have to.
Right.
And I just tell you, and it's. I think this was triggered by a couple of very recent things that were not really big in themselves, but there were other things. And one is, so I do this consultancy work, and the paychecks are far between because the way the pay structure is set up, and because I'm working with people who are super, super busy. So the pay structure is that when I deliver something and they have reviewed it, I get paid for that piece.
Right.
And I deliver, but nobody has time to review it. So I don't get paid, right? And so I have to tell them that, this doesn't work for me. Right. I need to get paid because I have bills to pay. I have taxes I have to pay every quarter, blah, blah, blah. And I don't have money to pay my taxes, right? So this has been going on so then I did that. I did, not in a mean way, but I did tell them. And nothing bad happened. But still, even if nothing bad happened, first I was kind of feeling that I was claiming some space in the way that I was kind of standing up for myself, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I was really scared that this was going to come back and kind of, even if I didn't say anything, and they seemed to understand. So, it wasn't like nothing bad happened, but still I felt that it was that fear that it was going to come back and hit me as a boomerang. And also it was like, why don't they just pay me? Why don't they just give me this? Why is it so difficult,
Right. And so that's the fear of the punishment. And then there's the sadness that you have to claim it in the first place.
Yeah, and then there is another piece that I don't know how to articulate, and that was something different. And that was, since I am in this situation, I have a super lousy health insurance. So my daughter we had some expenses, right? So we had to pay for out of pocket because it wasn't covered, and she gets super upset when she sees that, because for some reason it makes her feel insecure. And then she lashed into me and said, "It's all your fault because you quit this job and this job and this job," because I used to have a job with, with really good health insurance and out of pocket, all that good stuff. And first, I didn't become defensive, but I tried. So I just said, "Susanna," I said, you can, like, I can take care of it, blah, blah, blah. But then later, I realized that she was actually probably manifesting something that the energies, what I was sending out, which was that I felt I'm insecure because quitting these jobs, which I did during COVID, and starting on this thing, which may be my last hooray, but which I like much more, which is much more fulfilling, that there is a lot of insecurity in me about, did I do the wrong, did I have a right to claim this space, because it is touching on her space, because she's still dependent on me for health insurance. And then I was also, so I was kind of probably sending out these energies that I've created more space, but I really haven't moved into the space because I'm afraid of the boomerang. And also I feel guilty because the space isn't perfect, right? Because there is this health insurance bit in it that isn't perfect.
Okay.
So basically, so this we probably can't do anything with, but the goal is that, okay, so my goal with all of this, if I can have a goal, is that I would wish to be able to create more space. I would wish to be able to move into that space. And I would wish to be able to then, when I send out energies to other people, that I want to feel secure in that space, and that I can also send out those energies. So, I want to use it. It's hard to explain, but it's all about space. Okay.
You have a wish to create space, to move into it, and to be secure in taking it up when you're sending out that energy to people.
Yes. And and then of course, and then it's the fear of it boomeranging, right? And then it's the sadness that what aren't people just giving me this space, that I always have to push for it. So it's a lot about,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Fear and sadness.
It goes much deeper than the little stories I just said, because that was just the triggers that came,
Yeah, I'm sure it goes deeper. I'm sure that it's connected to parts and exiles.
So,
Okay. So what parts do you notice coming up around all of that? And does one feel like it needs your attention the most?
Okay. I don't know if this is a hint, but it's a little bit on the side of those conflicting feelings I just talked about. But I have been in contact with the shame over this, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks since I last saw you.
Right.
And my shame part once asked me, said, "I want more space." And I tried And I tried to say, but this is a magic house. I am sure it can expand. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the part wasn't, and the exile wasn't so sure that it would expand.
Okay.
And then I wasn't so sure that it would expand either.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
all right.
So maybe starting there is as good as anything.
I think so. And that part when we were talking to it last time, the first thing it asked for was it wanted to be somewhere spacious.
Mm-hmm.
And it chose that place with the grass and the lake.
Yeah. And a big, and it didn't say it, but I think it was also a big sky. So it could see it. Yeah.
Right. And you've continued working with her?
I have, and I have continued with her. She hasn't shared very much more with me, except that she felt she felt that kind of compressed a little. She wanted to stretch more in the house.
Yeah. And there was a part of you that wasn't sure that was possible or okay.
Yeah, because immediately I flippantly said to her, but it's a magic house. I'm sure it can expand. Right? Because, but then I got kind of a doubt back, and then that doubt seeped into me too.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten any further than that.
Okay. Maybe we should tune into that doubting or flippant or that doubting part.
Yeah, because the flippant was more just from the top of my head. Okay, this is a magic house. It can do anything it wants. It can fly if it wants, right?
Right. But that house was created with self energy.
Yes.
And when you're revisiting it with her and building it with her and keeping it safe with her, then that was something that you said you would be able to do with her is revisit with her and hold that space.
Yeah. And I think she still feels safe in there, but it is getting small.
Okay.
Because it feels like that feeling more safe made her get in touch with other wants or needs that she couldn't feel when she was just in shame.
Right.
Because then she was just wanting to hide. She didn't really want to. She didn't want to stretch her arms out. She just wanted to kind of, Yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling towards her now?
What just happened? I have to get back to it. What just happened was that the guilty part said, "Hey, you were going to work on me."
Yeah, the guilty part, which said the same thing last time we talked and ended up on a boat somewhere.
Yeah, but she left the boat. We created a tree house. I don't know if let me just say that, and then we can go where we need to go. Because she created a tree house. And I think that was a house made out of self-energy, because from that tree house, it was summer and the tree house couldn't be seen from outside. So it was kind of inside the tree. So that she could take off her woolly thing because nobody would see her.
Okay.
But she could also look out. if there was danger. And it was hard for anybody to get her there because so she was safe in the tree.
Yeah. How did she feel? Did your work with the shame part in the magic house affect this part in the treehouse at all?
I remember last time she was watching that as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that made her feel jealous or I want that too. But so I think her saying that she wants attention is just because, well, it's just because she wants attention and then she sees that I turned my attention another place.
Yeah. Okay. So what feels right? To give her attention now or to shift to that other one? And you could do a little of both, of course.
Yeah. It feels that I feel more drawn towards going to the shameful part. And it feels like the guilty part now having been recognized feels okay with that.
Okay.
That for now. Yes. Because it doesn't.
Last time we offered to set a timer to remind us to check back in with her.
Okay, let's do that. Because it doesn't seem like she has anything burning.
Okay.
But I think the shame part is asking for space.
Okay. How many minutes?
We can 25.
Okay. All right, it's going.
Okay. So we're talking about, so now we're talking about that we created that house out of self-energy. At last time, she just felt really, she had this aha moment, just seeing the sun and drawing yellow and orange and red circles like a burning sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she felt pretty content when I left her in the session. So when she has come up, and when I've reconnected with her in the beginning, it was, how are you, right? And she was fine. And then I just kind of reassured her that I was there. Then when she started asking for more space, and after my flippant answer that the doubt came in because she didn't seem to believe it, and I kind of didn't really think, I seemed like I didn't believe it either. I haven't been back with her since then. It's almost like I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
If the house couldn't, because it was like I couldn't force it.
Right. Did it feel like that doubt that you took on was her doubt, or did it feel like there was another part doubting?
I'm not sure. I did take on her doubts. Was that all? I'm not sure. Actually, I think there was another part doubting. Yes. There was another part doubting that was possible.
Yeah.
That she could get more space.
I wonder if that was a protector of hers.
Yeah, it could be. That could very well be. That protector that they wanted to protect her from just stretching too much or,
Yeah.
Yeah, in some way, whatever that could lead to, that she would stretch too much.
Yeah, maybe you can ask that part what that would lead to.
That part is saying she would get out of control. That it wouldn't know how to, that she would just stretch for the sake of stretching.
Yeah.
And then something bad would happen. She would either hurt herself or she would hurt others.
Yeah.
Because if she first started, it was like it would go out of control. She would just stretch. Right.
Yeah.
I can just see it now, the walls are breaking and her head is coming out the roof, and then she's just becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and then she's trampling on everything, and then she's maybe not only trampling on everything, but if she stretched, then her wants would get bigger. Yeah, her wants would get bigger.
Right.
I never get so big that I couldn't be fulfilled.
Is this making sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And then she would just, everything would implode. It would either explode or implode. So since she couldn't get that fulfilled, there would be this incredible disappointment. How does she just be? Yeah. And then she would just fall to the ground.
Yeah, this part doesn't want her to get hurt, doesn't want her to hurt others.
No. Yeah.
How are you feeling towards that part that has those concerns?
Well, I share those concerns. I mean, it's
not crazy.
No, it's not. It's not a crazy feeling. I can put on my rational brain and say, of course that wouldn't happen. Nobody will become 14 feet tall and kind of crash through. And
yeah, but just let it know that you understand that.
Yeah. It's because having been so compressed into such a small space, not even almost not being able to breathe, and always being hammered down, shame. That compression, Yeah. The kind of there is this wire that just wants to.
Yeah. Okay.
Either or. It's like either nothing or everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just let it know you're getting that.
Yeah, I get that.
One way that the one thing we could offer this part is just to negotiate with the exile, the young girl. Let her know that that's a concern of some parts, and just ask her if she would mind limiting the rate at which she grows into any additional space. She didn't have to say yes to that. Maybe this is a bad idea, but
no, I think she is saying, okay, so what she's saying is that she's also, okay, I think this is her, or maybe it's a different part, but it sounds like it's her that she feels this really strong wish for space to expand. But she's also confused because she doesn't have any picture of what that means.
okay.
All
Yeah.
she feels like is like growing, like, this giant plant, like
Right,
just growing and growing and roots and all. But she really doesn't know what it means.
Right. So she might have her own concerns or doubts or just confusion about what that would look like.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to make any promises. She doesn't know what she might grow into.
Exactly. And part of her saying, I wish somebody would just give me a space that I wish somebody knew. I should say, I wish somebody knew what would make me.
Yeah.
Or I think they say, I wish somebody would give me the space I need. I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay. And then find out.
Yeah. And then somebody would give it to me. So because she doesn't know where she's going. She just knows that she wants this space.
So we could also offer to do that. I'm trying to think of other safe ways to do that. One could be to negotiate with her and say, okay, I'll give you this space right now in this conversation, in this world of yours, and then you can monitor. And if you feel like it's getting too big or out of control, you could negotiate with her now. Will she again kind of limit that or reduce that if you need her to?
Wow, I think I heard a big no.
She said no to that? All right, good. I really admire that. Yeah. I had my own part saying no to that too. So you know.
Yeah, it's like, no, my space.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we do still have a part that has the doubt that this will be too much. Right? And we have her saying, I want it all, and I want to expand as much as I want to expand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's you.
And it's me.
Yeah.
Which very much share the protective parts
Yeah.
fears that she will go astray and
Yeah.
that it will end up not good for her
Mhm.
or maybe others. But she does, okay, so she does realize or admit, or whatever you want to put it, that she doesn't really know how much space she wants or
Right.
what she wants to do with it. All she wants, I think that what she has, the no was that she doesn't want anybody to restrict her.
Which I totally respect. And that's normally what I'm saying is give these parts whatever they want. So I think she's right. I mean, I think she should have that, and I want her to have that. You mentioned she was going to live in your heart last time we talked.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you can just check in there for the amount of space available. And maybe you can report back to the one that's worried about her breaking out of that or taking up too much of it.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you said that, because when I go into my heart, I feel I trust you. I want to trust you and go for it. I want to help you get as much space as you need and want. That's what that's what my compassion is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. I want to help you to get as much space as you need and want.
Yeah. And what about that doubting part? Or the worried protectors?
Okay, so the worried protector is saying, can you promise me? Can you promise me to do the best you can so she doesn't hurt herself or others? That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah. And I think my answer back is, I think she wants the space for something good. I believe she wants the space for something good. And I want to help her get there. There's no guarantees of anything. But I want to help her get there. And if she does hurt herself, I'll try to catch her. If she wants to, she'll let me.
And how does she feel about that? The exile.
She's nodding to the part that she wants a space for something good. She doesn't know what that good is. She wants a space for something good, something that she's longing for.
Yeah, but the part was worried that she would get hurt.
Yeah.
Not that she wants something bad.
So what is this part saying to that? She doesn't want to hurt herself, and she doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Okay. Could you make it a place where she can't get hurt?
Can I make it a place where she... Well, she stays in my heart, she won't get hurt.
Yeah. You seem confident about that.
I'm 100% confident about it.
You said you wonder?
I said I'm not 100% confident about it, and I'll tell you why. What came to me was a story from my own life when I got exuberant, and I kind of, I was in my early 20s, and I was on this really long bike ride through Europe for peace. I was a radical. And we were in Romania, and we had all these Romanian guys who kind of were speeding, and I was just speeding up the hill. And then somebody else fell off their bike. And I was blamed for having pushed her off her bike. Seriously, I have no memory of having done that. I was just exuberant with joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was exuberant with joy, and I may have, she wasn't really hurt, okay? Nothing bad happened to her, but she fell off her bike and people were angry at me. But nothing bad happened. So, nobody broke a bone and the bike was fine and all that. But still, it's very possible that I did.
Yeah.
But
last time you were meeting with this part, she was asking you if it was her fault.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you said?
No.
Well, you said there's no fault in this house.
Yeah, I said.
But now that I think about it, that's in the house. Maybe that's something that feels like she can't grow out of.
Yeah. And it probably happened other times when I was much younger too. But what came to me right now was that I was just so exuberant and happy because I was 20. I was able to bike as fast as these Romanian guys with their bike shorts and whatever they had. And I was just so happy.
Yeah.
And suddenly it was all gone and it crashed.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't paid attention when I was happy. And I think that is what when I said, I'm not sure, I'm afraid that if she expands
Mm-hmm.
and she
might take over,
or she might not see what she's doing.
Right.
So she might
Right.
She might not see her surroundings, and then either she or somebody else may be hurt.
Right. And like you just said, you hadn't paid attention when you were happy.
Yeah, I hadn't paid attention when I was happy.
So would it work? I'll just throw out another suggestion for you now to promise to any doubting parts that you will pay full attention to her expanding in the way that she wants to. Just for now.
Yes. And I think she's telling me that even if I said no, that you can't stop me, you can tell me. You can tell me if it feels like I am not paying attention.
Right. You can help her.
Yeah. I can help her pay attention. I can help her pay attention.
Right. That's much better than limiting her, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that a lot better.
Yeah.
It's been 25 minutes.
Okay. No, I think, let's see. I shouldn't be so rash. Just see. But no, it feels like the guilty one she doesn't urge me to come in. I think she's okay. She's okay. She's okay.
Okay. All right. So how's the doubting part feeling about all this negotiating?
Now it feels better. It feels better because I think that was what it was afraid of. That happiness would lead to blindness.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would all crash for her too. Because happiness would just poof.
Right. But you're going to take over that watching and attending job so that the blindness is not a threat.
Yes. And the little girl allows me to tell her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does not hurt anybody either. So hopefully she will then correct course. But, slow down or whatever it is she needs to do.
Okay. So do you want to try some of that now?
Yes. I think we are clear. Listen now. The first thing she wants to do, because it seemed like the house had 2 floors. I didn't know that. And she wants to take away one of the floors, so she just has a really high ceiling.
Mm.
But she could also, she wants a really high ceiling. She wants a big room. That's the first thing that comes out. Does he want to go out and sit on the roof and just stretch out?
Yeah.
And just look at the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Then she also jump down into a big, big puddle and get completely covered in mud.
Yeah.
And she wants us to be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine in mud. And she just wants to run around in circles and shout from the top of her lungs. Just,
And she's able to do that to you and with you.
yeah, I'm just watching from the door, I think. She's just outside.
Mm-hmm. And she feels like she can just shout it all out.
She just wants to shout and shout. And then she wants to go, and then she wants to touch a lot of stuff with her super dirty, muddy hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and get mud on it.
Oh, yeah. She wants to just walk inside and put mud.
Yeah.
She wants to just be able to touch everything and make it, and make marks everywhere.
Okay.
No, she wants to make a lot of noise. She wants to make a lot of noise and a lot of mess. I don't know how to call it mess. She wants to kind of put her stamp on things, even if it's
just to claim it.
Yeah, even if it's mud stamps, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my mud. Like all those fingerprints on the walls and those footprints on the floor. Oh, and she wants to make a lot of sound, and she wants to just move her body any way she wants.
Yeah.
I think
she feel free to do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a big room now. The house has just a big room with a high ceiling. I don't see any furniture right now. It's just a big room with windows. Oh, and then she wants to paint. Yeah. Because everything is white. She wants to paint it. Big. She wants to paint a red wall. Or this part of it. She wants to start painting. She wants to finish it. She wants to start it. And she wants to paint herself. She wants to paint her face red.
Wow.
Oh. And she just wants to cry and be angry.
Mm-hmm. You're all right with that?
Yeah. She wants to howl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she's saying, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I don't know what
Yeah.
is hers, but it's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
Yeah, maybe you can ask.
Oh, what is yours? What is mine? The world, she's saying. The world is mine.
Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah, it's a statement. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the world. The world is mine.
Is she allowed to want that without breaking through the
She's
that
still the
limit
same.
or that?
Yeah, she's still the same size. It's more like she hasn't gone anywhere. She's just saying this. I don't think she wants to swallow up the whole earth. I mean, she's.
Yeah. I guess I was wondering if it feels like to you
too
it's
much.
if it's approaching that too much, where you would be asking her to back off, or letting her know that something's too much. Or is it okay with you that she wants the world?
I have kind of just been letting her have her wildness because she hasn't hurt anybody.
It's not threatening anything.
And it's not concrete.
Is it threatening to hurt her?
No, not
okay.
Not yet, not now. I mean, she hasn't said, I want the neighbor's car or I want the neighbor's horse, or if there is a neighbor. I don't know if there is a neighbor, but she hasn't said,
she wants the world.
She hasn't said, I want something that is somebody else's, or she hasn't said, I don't want to share.
Right.
And she hasn't said, I want to kick everybody out and just me.
Right. Right.
I think what she's saying is, I want to live. So what she's actually saying, yes, she's saying, I want to taste and smell and touch and feel. I want to touch and smell and feel. There's probably more.
Here.
Yeah, it's more like it's more like even if she doesn't know what it means, she's saying, I don't want to be constrained. I want freedom.
Yeah, she feel free when she's with you?
Yes.
She feels free, you feel safe.
Well, she's stopping. Because what she's getting a little scared.
Okay. That's okay too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's getting a little scared because she wants all this space. but it kind of makes her feel less safe.
Okay. You're there to help with the monitoring the safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does she need from you?
She needs love. Because she's in this big space without being connected. She wanted space.
She wanted space. She got the space, and now she's saying she's scared of having all that space without having the connection and love.
Yeah, because where she was coming from in real life, there was there was almost no space.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of entanglement. You could call that connection if you want to.
Yeah. Right.
So all she wanted.
That was the connection that was available to her at that time.
That was the connection that was available. Mm-hmm. So her longings went into breaking free from that and getting more space. She didn't pay as much attention to her longings, didn't go so much towards getting different types of connections.
Okay. So you were able to provide her all the space that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Can you provide her that love and connection? And I'm asking her too.
Yeah. Okay. So here is where we become meshed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because in many ways I can.
Yes.
But at the same time, I am saying that I want that connection and love too. Who's going to give it to me?
Uh-huh. Okay. Do you have an answer for that?
Okay, so I feel there is an answer, but I don't see it clearly. So I'm not able to express it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some part of me that trusts that there is an answer to that.
How's your feeling of love and connection just in the past 10 minutes with this part and in our conversation?
You know, when she was being, let's say wild, to just use,
Mm-hmm.
just not to describe it one more time, I was fully with her.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching her and I just felt love for her.
Yes.
And I was kind of, when she was going back into the house with, with all the mud and putting all those fingerprints on the wall, I said, yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. I felt, you need to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't ask her why, but it was like, yeah, you need to do that.
Right. And did she feel that love from you?
Yes, she does. But I'm not 100% sure if she feels I can sustain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need it too.
You need love and connection.
I need that love and connection too.
Mm-hmm. And you're not sure what the answer for that is?
No, in theory, I know. In theory, I
What's
know
the theory? What's your theory?
Okay, so I don't feel it, but it has to come from me, and I am the one who has to give it to me, right? I am the one who has to give it to me. And it will come more and more the more I accept and enjoy my parts, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there is still
something missing in that connection with people from the outside?
Well, I think it's more that I don't know if I trust if I'm able to give it to myself.
Oh.
Even if that there is this wound there that since I didn't get it and I longed for it so much and I never got it, that I'm still kind of hooked on that somebody has to give it to me. That I am not enough.
Okay. And who's saying that? Is there an age around that part that's saying I'm not enough? Because that person who was watching the wild one was enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how old that part is, but it's probably pretty young. And what that part is saying, this part it's waiting and waiting to be soothed, to get that love.
Yes.
And it never comes.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets its hope up over and over again and tries over and over again, and it waits. And it's disappointed, heartbreakingly disappointed, because it never comes. And it's saying something like, the only way I can soothe myself is to put parts of me away. But if I'm not, I can't do it all. So I have to put parts of me away. The most vulnerable ones.
What else do you notice about this part?
I noticed that it's, okay, let me just say the words that come, because I think it's like, well, it's really longing for something to happen that doesn't happen. It is very vulnerable.
And how do you notice it? Do you see it? Do you sense it? Is there sensation in the body?
Yeah. Let's have this. It's almost like it's all over.
You mean like you feel? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, please. What are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, do you mean like it feels like it's all over in your body?
It feels like it's all over in my body. It feels like it's an open wound that doesn't want to heal. That kind of, when you heal something, you get this thin, when you heal, you get this little thin, I don't know, what do you call it again? Sore, whatever you
like
get.
A scab?
No, when a wound heals, it gets this.
Oh, a scar?
Get a scar, right? It's a very thin scar. And then it just opens up again.
Uh-huh. How do you feel towards that part?
Okay. I feel like I just take her into my heart and just rock her. But I'm also saying, you have to let go of it. You have to let go of it. Because it's just you.
You're saying you have to let go of it?
Well, I say that, okay, so I'm in different places. So this part that I really don't, it's really just a wound. It's not really a person.
Feels like just a wound, and you feel like taking it into your heart and rocking it?
taking me to my heart and rocking it. But then my mind, my grown-up mind, is saying to me, you have to let go of it. Not let go of the wound, but let go of that, the hope that, that somebody else is going to give this to you. Because only you can do it. That was my kind of my. So there's.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to just try that rocking it now and see how that goes?
Shoulder. Just remember once we were in the car. I think I was on my way down to the hospital, actually, second time. And my mom was she was sitting in front. My grandfather was driving. And she had this coat on with this, it wasn't real fur, but it was a really soft collar. And the collar was spreading over her seat, over to the back seat. And I just put my head on it because I wanted something soft. And she pushed me away.
Your mother did?
Mm-hmm. I really wanted that soft. My head on the soft collar.
You couldn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
You still rocking this part?
Yeah. I just saw that.
Mm-hmm. So you see the wound and you see the little girl.
The little girl in that, the shame girl.
Yeah, the little girl in that car, at least.
Yeah, I see the little girl in the car, and all she wanted was her mother's love, and she couldn't even get that. I don't know, I'm going to swear, I never swear. She couldn't even get that fucking collar.
Yeah. How's she feel, or this wounded part feel, being with you?
It feels good for her, I think. It feels good. Because I'm not asking any questions.
That's right.
And I'm not demanding anything. I'm not judging anything. I'm just rocking her. That's all I'm doing. She doesn't have to do anything. Just unconditional. Just unconditional.
How's she feel about you expressing that anger about the fucking collar?
The fucking collar. She's just saying, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's not ready to be angry, but
no, but you can.
Yeah.
You can be angry for her.
Mm-hmm. She couldn't have just didn't put her head on that collar, and she was so scared. She was taking me to the hospital again. No, I think she feels good that I stood up for her.
Yeah.
That I was angry on her behalf, even if I didn't
That's
hurt.
right.
Even if I didn't push that mom out of the car and drove over her.
Right. And it is something that we sometimes offer exiles, is to go back into those scenes and be there for someone in the way they needed somebody. And maybe, she didn't need you to drive over Mom, but she needed something. And you can keep checking in with her around those times.
Yeah.
And looking for what she needed.
Yeah.
And providing it.
Because what it seems like she felt right then, in addition to the hurt and kind of a squashed want, she had asked for something. She had wanted something.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little thing like that.
She wanted a little comfort on her way to the hospital.
Yeah. And she wasn't worth it.
Right.
I wonder if she felt shame then. She just enveloped herself back into shame. I'm not sure. She could well have. But when she went to the hospital, one of the first things the nurse said, "You're an angry child."
Yep.
I must have looked really angry. I didn't do anything. I didn't scream. I didn't do anything. I must have looked very angry. Maybe I answered in an angry way. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what I did.
Maybe you looked heartbroken about not having a sliver of comfort.
Yeah.
And maybe that triggered some nurses' parts.
Yeah. Maybe. So she said, "You're an angry child," she said.
Yeah. Do you want to go back into that scene with her and be there for her?
And that made me feel so shameful. Because being angry was a bad thing.
Right.
And also she had seen it made it even doubly shameful.
Yeah. So does that feel right to go back into that scene and be there for her in the way she needed someone? What did she need there?
She needed a big hug.
Yeah.
And just somebody to say, "You're okay. You're okay, little one." That's all she needed. Right? Well, maybe she needed more, but she needed that. Just
anything else? I mean, I don't want to rush you, but because that big hug sounds.
Well, she
awesome.
needed a big hug. She needed to feel loved. She needed to feel that she was okay. And that she was of value.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what she needed right then. Yeah. And if I was going to take it a little further, that it's also okay to be angry if that was what she was, or okay to be heartbroken if that was what she was, whatever she was.
Yeah. And you're able to say that to her. Does she want you to say that to the nurse or to do anything else in that scene?
Yeah, maybe the nurse can hug her. Or maybe I can hug her. maybe the nurse looking at her and
Yeah.
saying, we'll take, yeah.
Again, from yourself, you can think of different ways that you can make that scene nicer.
I mean, all she wants to do is to run out of the hospital and then just and that's. But she wouldn't
Did you say
know
fire?
how. No, I didn't say fire.
Okay, I thought I heard that. It's really common with the exiles that want to burn things down. So I thought I heard that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. All she. Because all what she wants is to. If she's running out of the hospital, she wants to run to somebody. She wants to run to somebody, have their arms open, and just give her an enormous hug. And he says, I love you. You're okay. Everything about you is okay. I will always be with you. Always. Maybe after that she wants to burn the hospital. She needs that.
Yeah. I have my own parts that are saying, let me go talk to that nurse real quick. Okay. But no, it sounds like you know exactly what she needs.
Yeah. But she needs to hear that she's okay. And that somebody will, she will never be alone. No, somebody will never give up on her. Just be there.
And is she receiving that from you? Or does she still have that feeling of not being enough?
I don't know if this will last forever, but she feels that she can more. I feel, not she. I feel that I can more. Well, okay, to put this. She feels safer. Okay, so there's a lot of things are happening at once, and I don't know if they're all happening or happening in my mind.
Okay, you don't need to explain any of it. If it's happening and it feels right, feel free to not catch me up on all of it.
Okay, but if I go all the way back to the shame part,
yeah, how are they connected?
I feel that I, sitting here now, can more fully be that love and connection with her without feeling that I'm not getting it myself. I don't know if it will last forever.
Mm-hmm.
But what we just did with that, the little thing we did with that little wound, that big wound, helped me, to put it this way.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. It helped me be able to go back and not feel so empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a part that you'd like to revisit more with me?
So.
Or yeah, okay.
I think so.
So I imagine that part has more to share with you and more you can do with him.
Oh yeah. And she's 7 there, but I think she's also younger. But she was 7 right there.
Yeah. Wasn't the first time that her comfort was denied.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. And not the last either.
Yeah. Okay. How do you want to bring it to a close with these parts now? What do they need from you?
Okay.
So,
So the little girl who I just met with open arms and just hugged,
mm-hmm.
I just would like to continue to hug her.
Mm-hmm.
And also I just want to tell her that I won't leave her.
Right.
I will be there with her, and that she can come and pick me on the shoulder whenever she wants. I might not be able to attend to her, but right always when she comes immediately, but she can come and pick me on the shoulder whenever she wants.
Mm-hmm. And you'll value her.
Yes,
be there
I
for
will
her.
value her, and I will be there for her. And I know that she's not 100% safe yet, but I will be there for her. And I think for the shameful one, I can say almost the same thing. Or say that, yeah, it's that I want to be the one she can connect with, and that I love her. But that she can also come and pick me on the shoulder whenever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also still more work to do there.
Yeah.
But
And you're doing the work safely?
yes, I'm doing the work safe. I am doing the work safely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be there. If she needs more space, I will be there and watch
Mm-hmm.
that she does it safely. And I do love her, and she is in my heart. And it's not but it's I am working on being able to give her even more love.
Yeah. You did that by getting that doubt, working with that doubting part.
Mm-hmm.
Through appreciating it. Yeah.
Yeah, and also by getting up that wound.
Mm-hmm.
Just by accepting, just by loving that or being there for that helped me with.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully will help me even more.
Yep.
And I'm taking up far too much of your time. I don't know what time it is, and I don't dare to look. Because then I will feel guilt and shame for having taken up so much time.
Well, I'm really honored and really can't think of anything I'd rather be doing. So
thank you.
I hope you don't feel too much guilt and shame.
Well, thank you so much, James.
Yeah, I'm doing this because I want to do it, and not because I have to.
That is so reassuring. That's so reassuring to know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the things I love about volunteer jobs.
Yes, you always do it for that, because for many years, for many years I did volunteer mediation, and and I did it. It was the work it was a labor of love, because it had nothing to do with me. All I had to do was to be there for them. My ego just left.
Well, I'm getting tons out of this. So, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So of course I got a lot out of it. I got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about me. But maybe this is about you, and that's fine. But it was about me too. Then I got a lot out of it. But it was a labor of love. And basically, okay, I'm talking nonsense just because
it's okay. Maybe we're answering the question of how do we get love and connection.
Yeah.
And where it starts, which you already answered. And the first thing you said is it starts with me.
Yeah. It's basically volunteer work. It was some of the best work I've done, even if I didn't get paid a cent for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, James.
Thank you again. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Let's talk soon.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.